Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 12 Experimental, and it's probably days like this you actually might appreciate having a roof on your base, but that's the way it goes. That's the nature of the game. Now I do want to talk a little bit about the phase 3 and 4 updates, but before that I need to do a couple of things in order to get things underway. The first thing you're going to need to do is do an unlock. I want to unlock the drill, and I want to unlock the mobile constructor here. And what we're going to do is just come in here, and I need some more ammunition for the SV, so we're going to make that. And then what I want is switch the large constructor on, and we're going to make a drill. I'll probably make about, this is, get 5 of these, so we only need about 2 of those, and we'll maybe make about 3 of those. And hopefully I will have enough to make the mobile constructor for the SV as well. So that's all done. While that's chugging away, being manufactured. Now the phase 3 update was released a couple of days ago. I think it was around the 3rd of May 2020 if you're watching this in the future. And I did go through all the various update notes, and most of the changes are to do with general balancing, bug fixing. That's quite understandable considering that the Alpha 12 this update is quite complex, and that's the whole idea of the experimental releases, so that Elion can look at issues, fix them, and get more feedback. And probably the biggest change of the update, or the most noticeable change, is they've actually changed the sound of the scanner. And to be honest, I know the previous version sounded a bit like a sonar blip. I actually found that a bit more pleasant. I find this is a little bit twangy, but I mean, a scanner's a scanner anyway, so that's all there is to it. Other changes I did notice is that if you look at the energy bars now, they've nerfed them by 5. So where it's 50, it's now 45. I think they've also reduced the amount of plant fiber you can get from logs. So it's that type of tweak that took part in phase 3. And I suppose I better talk about the elephant in the room, which is phase 4. And a big thank you for all your comments and feedback, especially you who kind of brought to my attention that the update had come out, because I'd completely missed it. But of course, with the phase 4 update, which they're saying could be in a week's time, there's no information on it, the detail, but they're actually saying that it's a good chance that it will actually break the save game. Now, I'm not competing with the thunder. Now, my initial reaction was to fudge it a bit and stay with the 12.3 update and not restart. But the more I think about it is that if Elion have gone to the trouble to give us advance warning of the fact the save game would break, there must be something in the phase 4 that is going to be quite interesting that may change the game in some way. I'm not too sure what it is. Got no privy of what it will be. And I feel in some ways a bit of an obligation to Elion to play the phase 4 update, just so that they can get feedback, because in the end of the day it's in everybody's interest for anyone who's playing these experimental updates to try and feed back to Elion any potential problems or things that need to be fixed before it's dropped in the stable branch. If the save game breaks, it's an opportunity rather than a disaster, because so far since Alpha 12 came out, I've done the standard planet start. I've also done the swamp planet start, which is what we're on now. I'm kind of thinking that if the save game breaks, we'll do an arid planet start. The idea is once the Alpha 12 goes into the stable branch, I would really like to restart again with the Project Eden. So that's the kind of game plan going forward. If you've got any opinions or comments, feel free to chuck them in. I mean, are you going to restart, or are you going to carry on with the existing one, or are you just going to wait until Alpha 12 hits the stable branch? I mean, I'm interested in people's opinions because that helps me make good decisions. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Well, I don't want that in here either. So we'll just get rid of that. We'll just flip to freedom. So we've got a little bit more ammunition. Oh, this probably needs to go in player. Sorry, survival tool. Yeah, you're now being pensioned off. So we've got multi-charges. We got that there. We got a bit like I could probably do a little bit more ammunition for the rifle as well. Maybe we'll make another 500 rounds of that, and hopefully by now it's still making the, oh, there's the mobile constructor. We'll do it the quick way. Now this ship's actually got a capacity at the back here. About to leave, okay, thank you. And what we're going to do is, I think we'll just put the mobile, it should fit in there quite well. Okay, game, I can take a hint. Right side. Okay, I probably need a wireless collector, that's the problem. So we're going to have to hopefully get this onto the toolbar. I don't really want to put much more on this base because there's a very good chance we will be moving it. I'm just going to drop that in there. We've now got mobile constructor places. It will be at the bottom. Of course, we're going to connect that up. Yep, gotta remember it's the thing. Actually, something else that's just occurred to me before we leave. I need a core as well. Because, well, in fact, I wouldn't mind 2 cores. And get them. Because what I want to do in this part is I want to get out and look at these crash ships in this area here. This is marked the Heidelberg. I also want to take a look at this UCH Dart M1, and we got a capital vessel there, smuggler's barge, broken engine, smuggler's barge there. So I want to go in this area because I want to work my way towards the monument there to do the Talon mission. So that, in fact, something else I want to pick up while I'm thinking about it is we're just going to pick the tent up, put the drill out. Right. Yeah, so because what I'm looking for is a potential new base location in this area, but I'm interested to see what is in here in the way of resources as well. Right, I think we've got everything now. The core's finished. We've got 1 core finished. We've got some ammunition. Let's wait for the 2nd core to finish. Come on, game. 2nd core should be finished by now. I think just to finish off, oh, I've got nothing to eat anyway. Got some steaks. I think what we'll do is we'll take the steaks with us. We'll put them in the fridge of the. Actually, put them in here for the moment. Because what we should be able to do is turn them into steaks while we're flying. We're just going to jump into the ship. Oops, the other thing I also need to do is, forgotten all about this, is we need to do a little bit of repairs. We took a little bit of a bashing before, so we just need to tidy that up a little bit. I think that's everything done. I'm just going to jump in here. Thrusters on. Actually, if I got any fuel, sorry. But land again. Just remembered that I don't have that much fuel in the ship, so we're going to need to pull out some fuel as well. Otherwise, we'll just be coming back again. The cargo box. I think we'll just take maybe 14 of those. And what I'll do is just put in 8 of those. Actually 4 of those as a backup. Should I crash and burn? And actually before I jump in, and food. And we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just knock out 7 steaks. just to give a bit of variety on the food perspective. Right, the Heidelberg's in that direction. Now, while we're actually flying towards the Heidelberg, there's something else somebody asked me about, and that was pressing P, is whether I tried out these sliders. Now, this ship is relatively stable at the moment, but we could maybe reduce this and see what happens. I mean, truthfully, this really needs to be done on an unstable ship, probably one that's using atmospherics. Maybe we can get to the point of actually building the Arctic Cat, and then that may actually kind of give an insight into how these sliders work, because I must admit I've done a little bit in creative mode, but I've not really had a chance to experiment that much with them in any other way. So here's the Heidelberg. I was half expecting to find drones protecting this. Let's have a look at this UCH Dart M1 as well, just first. So it's actually tucked into these trees. Could be quite useful actually. Oops, there's a rocket drone 250 meters away. So that's actually guarding that. He's liable to come at me. Oh, go away. No, I shouldn't. Haha. Yeah. Pushy. Idiot. Of course I can't. Where is he? He's got to be in here somewhere. The minigun drone over there as well. We're going to have to get rid of him. Actually, come this way so you're over the land. Hate fighting in the dark. We're certainly not getting the health bars like we used to get. And he's going to crash into the water, and so we've got rid of the defences. I don't know how long they'll be gone, so we're just going to drop down. Actually, that's tagged the rocket drone on the ground. So they made a change that you've actually got the tagging on the ground now, show you where they are. It's almost like the game is reverted to the way it was before they put the health bars in. I don't know if that is intentional by Elion, but that's... we'll certainly take power cells, and we've got... go away. It's a bug ugly. See, the insect is showing the... Oh, go away. So the insect is actually showing the health bar, but not the drone's arm. Then again, it could be a feature of this start. I think it's quite important to say that when I actually started this swamp planet, it gave fairly clear indications that the start wasn't complete with respect to everything. Oh, come on. Right. Certainly want the moss scrapings. Grab that. See, it's still showing that rocket drone. Let's just see if it's showing the other one. Maybe we could get over and recover the minigun drone if the water's not deep. So we'll just... Nice thrusters on this crashed ship. Oh, it'll be pretty great. Right, we're in 0x territory. Because what we should be able to do is make sure I don't push myself off the ship. Hello, Mr. Tetrapod. Oh, that's another change that was with the Phase 3 update, is the fact that they say now that the scanner now works underwater. Well, let's just get back to checking out the darts. And of course it's got to be in trees. Right, let's just go around here. Yeah, this is a very basic starter ship. Access cargo pod. Oh, we've got some iron ingot and some fuel. Take that. And it's not. This isn't really an active ship. Now the question is, could you actually take this over, core this, and actually fly it? I mean, that could be an interesting experiment to do. And there's some thrusters on that. Yeah. I know this is probably a little bit of a silly thing to do, but I'm just curious to see if whether it could be taken over and flown. So what we're going to do is come in here and let's just put this stuff. You can come there. Let's sort this out before we go too far. Container ammo. Just put that in there. Drop you down. Probably don't need the heat protection at the moment. Yeah, you can. When it's, you'd have to put a generator on it and something else, but yeah, it looks like you can actually core it and take it over. Not that I'm going to do that, but this could be a good find actually. If you were out, I mean, if I'd found this earlier on, that would saved a lot of building. But I think what we're actually going to do is, can I get a hook to? Yeah. I know I've just wasted a core, and I apologise for that, but my curiosity would not have been solved until then. So what we're actually going to do is retrieve this out. Get rid of the. Actually, this retrieve blocks. I'm certainly going to retrieve the cockpit. Again, even if you don't like the ship, what you could do is just retrieve everything here. Just grab that. I mean, you'd get the components you need to build a new version. What's that? Artificial mass block. Oops! Wow! Found another. I certainly would have taken that. We're just going to grab this. Yeah, it's definitely something. If this is going to be a feature of starts, it's quite interesting. They've put artificial mass blocks in. One of that is, I mean, I know that they're used to balance the ship, but let's put the light on. I know I'm taking a bit of a chance here, but I think we'll just salvage the rest for basic resources. Otherwise, I'm just going to fill the ship up with bits and pieces. It's really nice to have the multi-tool doing the business. Wow, gone for a charge already. Of course, we'll recover the well, we can't actually recover the core. We can just break it down. I mean, it's not that great a loss. What's that there? Fridge. Right, last couple of blocks to go, and that's it. I'm just going to pick up some fibre. There's a little bit of grain there. First person. A bit more grain there. Let's have a little bit of a walk around and grab the fibre. Oops, then missed it. So there's some purple leaves there. We'll take you, take the grain, take the grain. Grab that, and that. More grain, and let's grab the plant protein so I can build up my energy bars in my suit again. So we just got this here. Jump back into the Freedom. And we're just gonna that. Right, let's just push this into here, break that link. Well, we've got plenty of space at the moment. don't think we've got the resources to make another core, though, unfortunately. We need computers and optical fibers. We get over towards the Heidelberg. Where are you, Heidelberg? There you are. But if we put down on the UA, are you? Oh no, they're just. What we're going to do is turn off the thrusters and jump out. And they shouldn't be a problem. And what I'm going to do is just put the tent out so that we can actually do what's left in daylight. Thank you, game. I'm just going to drop that up to there. We might as well try out our new tool. Fine drill, flattening, filler, coarse drill. Look at that, the difference. Actually, I just noticed something. Looks like that's actually damaged. Repair. Yeah, probably from that rocket strike. Yeah. Looks like we took a lot more damage than I thought I'd taken. Wow. That was just one hit. Okay. I have. That's what I was worried about. Was. Wow. Good run. Oh, sorry. Yes, I know I'm being fried. I think what we can do is just gonna fly in and land about here. Turn the thrusters off again. Let's just have a look round and see what's in here. I'm not seeing that much with respect to this. Is there? Oh, go away. Actually, let's just up here. Got a couple of thrusters on the back here. I'm kind of very aware that I've only got the one core. Let's just get up to the front here. And maybe we'll land in the center here. Oops. Down. Turn the thrusters off again. That's a cargo box. I will certainly take that. Anything else around here? So there's a massive supply of blocks here. We'll just have a look round. There's a couple of, let's say there was a couple of thrusters on the back. I think probably some cargo boxes around the side over here. So there's one here. There's a motor and some matrices, and we're getting cooked again. We're at 46 degrees. What I should have done is put the heavy armor on, come to think of it. But I was kind of half hoping to preserve the heavy armor for something later on. Just have to keep an eye on that temperature for the moment. Let's have there's a cargo box around the front. So we've got a couple of computers that should help with the case of making a core. Actually, because I've found computers. Wow. Open the right door. we core this? Yeah, I think I will core it now. Okay, I'm just gonna core on here. Probably gonna attract a little bit of unwelcome attention, but right, let's have a cargo container. I was certainly going to take that. Back again. Wait, we've got 12 cargo boxes. I've already looked at some, but we'll work our way through. Cargo box 1, 2. Multi-tool. Well, normally I won't pick them up, but at this stage in the game, it's worth doing. 2 multi-tools. You never know, we might find someone who we can actually sell them to. Ammo controller. I can hear somebody moving around at the moment, right on the edge of my hearing. So that's hardened steel plates. In some ways, finding hardened steel plates like this is going to be like gold dust. Now that we've got to get titanium. Fridge. Got some cheese. We'll take that. We've actually got. That's actually come just at the right time. The sandwich. Wow. I'm sure we used to get more from the sandwich than that. And I suppose we better eat the pizza. Actually, just eat. I've got a distinct impression they've nerfed quite a lot of the food here. I'm sure we used to get more from a sandwich than just that. Okay, let's just see what else. Some oxygen tanks there. We can. Oh, what am I doing? Think laterally. Devices. Manage. We'll strip the fuel out. The oxygen out. That could be useful. I'm just gonna 2 of those. Fuel 792. It's me. I keep hearing myself move. Oh no, what we got? Hello, Mr. Alien creature. Oops. Aha. Oh well. I'm not going to win any awards for that, and I've got myself hurt. Yeah, I was a little bit overconfident there. Okay. Fridge. We've got some of these to take, so that should help. That's going to restore health. We've got food's a bit low, so we'll have some breakfast cereal. That can come out. That can come out. I'm not sure. I mean, we could pop a bandage. That would give me a real better, far more substantial boost. Jump back in here. Turn the thrusters on. So the Heidelberg has some resources that's going to be worth exploiting. The darts was an interesting find, and obviously the capital vessel is going to be certainly worth looting. Anything else around here? That's the smuggler's barge. Let's just take that. Because I think last time I just flew over the top of it. I think this time we can go and take a careful look at it. Right, there's some minigun drones over there, but they're not in range. Hopefully I should be able to get in and out of the ship here. Famous last words. Put the helmet on. I'm just gonna Not much down here. There's one cargo box there. I'll take that. Whoops, back out again. Good processor. Let's put the gun away so we can swim. There's not seeing much here. I mean, we could get this. Something over here. Just grab this off. A few steel plates from it. Oops. I'll pick up inventory full. Thank you, game. Right, the question is, can I now swim to the surface? Get close enough to here. And now jump out the water and back into the ship. And just find the monument. And maybe we can get the first steps in the mission completed. I would certainly like to get my standing with the Talon up. Ow. Guns, reload. How come the monument is actually inside of Talon territory? What is that? It's ruined. How come this monument is inside of Xerax territory? It should be inside of Talon territory. Well, this is a change. Whoops. Hello, guys. Not exactly. That's one down. We got the drones out. And seeing we've shot them down, we might as well loot them. So Mr. Blobby there. Just going to stand on. Let's do this on remote. Generally, these don't get hostile unless you shoot them. Oops, that's easy. I'm stood on the. I'm getting cooked here, so I'm going to have to be very quick. Okay. Snag that. Just land here. I jump out and walk up to the monument. Wait. This is the monument. Looks like I can't trigger it. It's 53 degrees out here, so I don't really want to. Oops. Here comes the troop ship. Now, I think the general consensus is the troop ship is currently broken, but they might have fixed it with the Part 3 update. I'm just going to shoot this rocket drone. dropped anyone. Now it looks very much like the low-level troop ship is still broken, because by now someone should be firing at me. And it looks also very much like the monument is broken as well. What we can do is if we go up, when I'm aware that it's getting dark again, if we come into, I think, if we get into about there, and yeah, we're not triggering that, we're getting the radiation from it. Yeah, so it looks like there's not much I can do about this, which is slightly annoying, because I was hoping to use this mission to really get some status with the Talon, but maybe that's just the way things are. Just some promethium there, I certainly wouldn't mind that before we return. Where's the promethium? And let's just ping out. Must admit, I do like this scanner, but I think there's such a thing as information overload. In fact, I know some of you may find it a little bit controversial, but my inclination would be to reduce the range, because I mean that is picking up stuff on phenomenal range. I think they should go back to, say, I think it used to be 1,500 meters. I mean, that's, if it's scanning out over a far wider area. I mean, it's actually, I mean, is this right? There he is. Oops. I just tried to scan. Oh, they've got a convention here. Okay, we're just going to use the 15mm to dispatch these guys. And these are alien assassins. So I mean, strictly speaking, it's a waste of ammunition, but yeah. And it was, I think we're wasting ammunition on them. We might as well go down and pick over their bodies. I can find them. Where are you? Where are you? There they are. I don't want to step off the ship, so go this way. See blue crystals. No, it's not. It's just the background. Of course, the methium has disappeared. Where's this go? Oh, what we got there? Another one. Oh, this is a swamp column. Certainly want you. Oops. Want some gold off of you. Okay, I'm just gonna level off and drop down. I float above everything I see. Gold, please, gold. No, crushed stone, iron. Maybe it's only desert golems that have gold. Right, let's just... I think what we're going to do is, rather than risk being sneaked up on attacked, we're going to put this in here first, and this in the fridge. Do the link. 53 degrees, wow. I don't think that's actually coming from the actual thrusters. I think that's the outside temperature at the moment. Okay, so 5. Hopefully this won't take too long. Tab twice so I can keep an eye on the temperature. We can get down for the Prometheum. Right, I'm getting a little bit cooked, so what we're going to have to do is jump in here. We've still got 10% left, so I'm just going to have to wait a little bit until I cool down. I mean, we've done pretty well. We've got 269 Prometheum. It's still not brilliant, but it's better than it was. We're back to 25 degrees, so you know, lie down in the hole. There's some copper ore there actually as well, and I think there's only one piece left. And I think somebody actually, oops, wait, why can't I get through here? Somebody says that when you get to the last piece, it actually sounds different. So we're going to check that out. Apologies, I can't remember your name. But that's it there. Is that it? Just go with the hand scanner. Yeah, I think we've got everything from here. What I'm going to do is just going to drop down and grab that copper. So I'm just going to drop down here. Drill. Wow. Something tells me that from now on I'm going to probably prioritize the drill over other things in going forward. Oh, we found Estrum now. Right, I've just noticed the time, so I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we'll probably carry on exploring. Maybe we'll start trying to mix it up with the Xerax, or probably actually what I'll be looking for is to bring my base up to this area, I think, and we'll set a base up here so we can work on these crashed ships without having to lug everything back this way. Maybe putting a base in this area could be quite useful. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.